the head of Catholic Church. It may be recalled that Bishop Franco Mulakkal, who was acquitted by a trial court of the rape charges in January of 2022 of a nun, had recently been asked to step down following a divisive situation over the matter in the Diocese of Jalandhar. He shall now function as Bishop Emeritus of Jalandhar. However, it doesn't imply canonical restrictions on his ministry, said the official statement issued by the nunciator. Yes, he was acquitted by the court of law and the church has given him a position now. But what is the message being sent through? Which can one call his reinstatement? Is it the overbearing power of the church, as some are saying, or like others are saying, innocent until proven guilty? And Bishop had been acquitted of all the charges. But like I said, there is a larger question about the church and the state, and of course also about the women of the convent. Jisha, I want you to please, put this entire case in perspective, as in the timeline, as it were. I mean, we are very careful and we know that, he's been acquitted, he's been proven innocent. But then, like I said, there is a larger question, Jisha.
Right. As far as we understand, this nun who was a mother superior of this convent in Kochukudy, she initially filed her complaints regarding this repeated rape charges against this bishop within the church. She wanted it to address by the church within the institution that she believed in, she had her trust on. And after that, after she was repeatedly ignored, only that she approached the legal system. So she filed a police complaint, and the investigation happened. And after so much pressure, because we know that this bishop, as a he's such a powerful position.
Roy.
So after so much pressure, when the nuns had conducted a protest in front of the High Court, and a lot of public personalities came forward and supporting them. Only when this so much pressure was applied, that the police even started taking it as a serious issue, and finally he got arrested. But later we know on January last year he was acquitted after a long legal process. That was a major setback to the fight demanding justice for this sisters. We know there is one sister, and there is a set of nuns who are supporting her, but they are fighting alone this battle. In this battle, they are not getting any support from the church, or we know how these powerful people try to silence them, try to punish them. But despite all this, they are continuing their protest. Even after the acquittal, they have filed a petition at the Kerala High Court.
Anand, I know, welcome Anita, I can see you on the screen, a very warm welcome to you as well. Anand, I want to ask you first that I know that the bishop has been acquitted. I mean, there are no two ways about it, because we say the court is of course the final authority. But I'm worried about what kind of message has this sent out, generally towards the women of the convent. Like my colleague Jisha put it in a perspective, it's been a long struggle, but although he's been acquitted, there is always a message behind any kind of an acquittal. What do you think, Anand?
No, the acquittal is certainly on technical grounds, and the matter is still in the Kerala High Court.
Right.
So it would be not correct entirely to suggest that that Bishop Franco Mulakkal has been acquitted. He stands acquitted for the moment, yes.
Right.
That's a lower court, subjudicial court. And now the matter is in the High Court, and it can go up to the Supreme Court. And I certainly think in this case there will be, I'm just hoping, and after reading the judgment and how the judge did not take into equation the power imbalance between the nun and the bishop, and the judgment is simply based on the assumption that the relationship was mutual. But then there are so many other things that the judge had to take into context.
Right.
And this was a secretive, this trial was not held in public. It was a secret trial. So it somehow, the entire trial went behind the scenes, and There are so many questions about the trial itself, but be that as it may, he has been acquitted for the moment. But then, he doesn't have any ground to continue as a bishop emeritus. The
That's what,
Vatican
yeah.
has actually exonerated him rather than holding him guilty, because it's
that's
proved through the judgment that he broke the vow of celibacy. In Catholic Church, the bishops and priests, they are meant to remain celibates.
Right.
They
But you
can't,
know,
it's not like some of the other
Anand,
churches, like the
right.
Orthodox or the Jacobite or the other churches, where priests can, get married and bear children. That's not the case with the Catholic Church.
I do understand. I understand, Anand. I understand.
That he has broken the vow of
yeah,
celibacy,
I understand that, and that is the other question. But as of now, I know that the judgment, as of now, it's gone to the High Court. But as of now, we have to respect what the court says, and therefore one is very careful. Therefore, one is saying, if you, I mean, I'm turning to this camera right now. Therefore, if you look at it, the topic is tainted. The topic is tainted Bishop Emeritus. We are not saying accused, because as of now, he doesn't stand accused, so that is, we are following the protocol, as it were. But there are a lot of questions. Let me go to Anita Cherin also. Anita, I want to ask you this question. The statement says, after his resignation came, the statement says it wasn't a disciplinary measure imposed on him, but done for the good of the diocese. I mean, frankly, I just do not understand this whole pro bono and good of the diocese. I mean, maybe, there was, which means I read it like, because he was tainted and because a lot of people felt that he shouldn't have done, assuming he had done it, what he did with the nun, allegedly, then he should not continue at all. But what do you make, Anita, of this, that it was done for the good of the diocese?
I think it's been like a lot of things have been weighed in this sentence, in this term.
Yes.
As far as the church is concerned, I think it is now clear that the case in the trial court did have a verdict, but it is not resolved, and you can't predict when it will be resolved. Either a full conviction or a full freedom, from this whole accusation. So as far as the church is concerned, it would make sense to have a bishop in Jalandhar, which is now neither there nor here, because the fact that he hasn't resigned, he continues with the same title of Bishop of Jalandhar. And that reinstatement would be too much of a statement in favor of somebody accused of such serious crime. I think that would result in a public outcry against that kind of a positioning. This seems to be the safest thing to do. He is not put down completely. He has been, like his statement says, his resignation has been accepted.
Right.
While the Vatican letter says that he was asked to resign.
Right.
Somewhere they have left that inconclusive so that both have a win-win situation, in a sense of managing this situation and going ahead.
Right.